Yo, I'm live. Well, hello, everybody. I'm Curtis Scoon, the host of ScoonTV, and I'm here to hear your concerns, compliments, criticisms, anything about the website that you may have. I'm here to answer it. Can you guys hear me? I don't know. I don't see. That looks pretty low. It's just on one. Yeah, but hello, hello, hello. Oh, there we go. Hey, Kevin Willis, Benjamin, Mr. Frontline, Reggie J, Woo Woo, JD, Natasha, First Lady. Who else? K Dog, K Love. Newark, New Jersey in the building. Brick City, all right? Yeah, okay, good. Salute, salute. Sounds fine. Thank you, thank you. Netherlands in the building. Ah, the Dutch crew. Scott, hello. What's up, Rocky? In the house. All right. Who visited the website? Who did the beta test? Anybody? 112 in Springfield. Haitian Greg. Sac Passe. Benjamin from Ireland. Ah. The website is going to launch hopefully on Tuesday, depending on the feedback we got from the beta test. So, wait a minute, who's just said BLM is the best? Somebody in here trolling me? Y'all know better than that. Come on. All right. Yeah, the website. Who saw the website? Who checked it out? I need your feedback. It looks good. What part of the website did you like the best? What part did you like the least? Yeah, I'm doing this live really to try to get some feedback on the beta test that we did over the weekend. We're still doing it. The written feedback was pretty good, but there was a limited amount of questions. So I'm here for any other questions that may not have been on the form. Like what motivated me to do this? You did the survey, huh? Who's that? Neo Dobby. Okay. My new show with Whitlock is awesome. Okay. Thank you. Huge fan of the politicking shows with Whitlock. Okay. Pippen and Jordan. I'm not going to ask who's Jordan. You love the content. Thank you. Did you guys check out the articles in the town hall section? Thanks, Greg. Looks very good. Town hall section gonna set the world on fire. I mean that's what we trying to do. I just want to share some things with y'all. After I saw Donald Trump get suspended on Twitter, I felt like I wasn't going to be able to be myself on Twitter anymore. Not that my narrative is the same as his, but my narrative is not the same as theirs. And I thought immediately that I needed to do something so I could get my voice out there and the voices of other people who didn't see eye to eye with what's going on right now. And it's censorship and it's a controlled narrative, and I'm totally against it. In the town hall section of ScoonTV, we're going to have views from the left, right, and center. I may not agree with some of the views or any of the views, but they have a right to be heard. And that's the difference between what I'm doing and what's being done at large to the rest of the American public. We are being force-fed one narrative. It's like propaganda. And even though I don't agree with some things on the left, I think they have a right to be heard. And they don't extend the same courtesy. So I just wanted to be a leader in that respect. So I got the designated server to host my content, and I got a great team. Um, Dwayne Hunt, he designed the site. My brother Curtis Scoon, he built the server. Melissa Jones, she's just been phenomenal, been handling everything. And of course, my man Dutch, some knew him as Dutchy Flair. His name is Raul Wickeling. Yeah, can't do anything without him. And of course, my right hand, Asia Norris. She takes care of all the technical stuff, all the visuals, all the media content that you see that I do. I couldn't do it without her. I couldn't even set up this meeting without her, to be honest with you. That's just not my thing. I'm going to need you guys to support me, support the site. When we post those articles, there's going to be links to share. And I need them to get out and circulate. And people need to see that somebody who looks like me can put together a meaningful website with a diverse team of people with diverse views. This is not an echo chamber. I welcome dissenting views and everything. That's why it's called a town hall. We're going to give everybody a chance to say their piece. I'm not here to indoctrinate anybody. I just want to lead the way and show how media should be, how it used to be. And that's missing right now. And I feel like if other people felt so comfortable in what they present as the truth, they wouldn't be threatened by dissenting views. But because they know what they're doing are lies, falsehoods, they got to shut everybody and anybody down. Just a week ago, I got suspended for posting an article about the lady from BLM who bought the houses. I didn't even add any commentary to it. I just posted an article that was in the paper, and I got suspended. And that can't work. You see, because if it's been published and it's public information, why can't we have access to it? And Twitter has decided to curate the information that we receive. And if these people were up to any good, they wouldn't be so against opposing views. I say if something is the truth, put it out there and let it get tested. And let's see what's going on. But if it can't stand the test, it must not be the truth. And the cowards are afraid to hear other people's views, And I invite it. I don't want to argue and insult people and call them names. Let's just get some intellectual discourse, educated discourse, and let the listeners decide for themselves. I don't have a problem with that. I'm not afraid of it at all. At all. People will agree with me on some things, and there'll be other things that they don't. And that's fine, because I'm not going to be right all the time at all. RF King, thanks for the question about Patreon membership. Is coming soon. Okay. Yeah, we just set up Stripe tonight. We're gonna have a paywall. There will be some paid content. I haven't decided exactly what that's gonna look like yet. I think between now and Tuesday, we'll come to some conclusion. I'm gonna possibly include my movie, Black, White, and Blue, outtakes, exclusive interviews, things of that nature. It'll be well worth it, and I want it to be affordable, something everybody can get. But there'll be ample free content as well. You know, primarily, ScoonTV.com is going to be a news aggregator site. Um, in other words, you can go there and find content. And along with that content that's already out there, you'll see the exclusive articles. Who's this? Ali Cox. Curtis, any chance of you doing an interview format? Yeah. Why not? You hate you caught it late. Ah, you didn't catch it late. We're here, man. John B. Don't worry about that. We're here. We're going to keep doing this. Okay. Dan Sai. Your calm, clear, and coherent thoughts on various subjects is what captures the viewer's listener. It's so refreshing to hear just a calm, intelligent, and slow conversation in the age of exuberance. Thank you, Dan. Thank you. I've been training on accident for too long. Yeah, man. Yeah, I just wanted to be objective. That's all. I just wanted to be objective. Hey, Faye, saw you in Clubhouse this morning. Faye Bishop, big supporter. Is anyone on Clubhouse? I'm there every Sunday, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Yeah, I'm probably going to do a ScoonTV Clubhouse soon. I got to figure out how to manage my time. Because leave it up to me, I'll try to do everything and burn myself out. But I got people around me who won't let that happen. On Clubhouse, you got to have an iPhone. Oh, you got to get invited. Okay. Look, yeah, excuse me. Okay, you want to see me question these folks one on one. These folks, what are you talking about? Like the Black Lives Matter or the bootlickers, as I call them? Oh man, they're not going to answer any questions. They're used to being in controlled environments, like when Patrice Cullors interviewed with Mark Lamont Hill. People that's going to throw them softball pitches and make it safe. Oh my God, James, stop it! I'm hoping school gets big enough to accuse him of killing Kennedy next. All right, enough accusations, man. I've had enough of that. We don't need no more. I'm good to go. Scoon, how do you think this Chauvin trial aftermath is going to go down? I don't know. I hope. I hope it's peaceful. We don't need any more rioting. I mean, what more do they want? They have their president in the White House. He went to see Jacob Blake. He should be out there in Milwaukee or Wisconsin, wherever it is. No, for George Floyd. Yeah, yeah. Biden and Kamala went by and saw Jacob Blake in the hospital. Maybe they can go prevent a riot. Yeah. You guys ever talk to Hotep Jesus? Yeah. Hotep is good people. I've interviewed on his show. Schoon versus Roland Martin. You don't like Roland too much, I take it. Mm-mm. Bootlickers always be finding you though. Yeah, don't they? Schoon, you about to be big time. All right, y'all. What's up with the website? Who went on the website? We supposed to be talking about the website right now. What's good? Baal, Lucifer, Moloch. Okay. I think Alex Jones got those topics covered. Okay. We got some good writers that's going to be on Schoon TV. They come with a impressive resume. Um, there's Mecca Fowler who wrote for the Daily Caller, and my editor Seth Tamarkin. I hope I said his name right. Young guy. And then there's who else? Who else? Asia. Judge Joe Brown, of course. Barrington Martin. No, but who's my guy from that wrote for the Wall Street Journal? What's his name? Yeah. I got some good people. Good people. Forgive me if I'm not remembering their names right now. I'm a little tired actually, but my job is never done. Oh, have I been impressed with the writers so far? I think they're just getting started. Who? Oh, Rich. Rich, what's his last name? Spell it for me. Spell it. Rich Darkin. Okay. That didn't sound familiar to me, but Rich Darkin is one of our writers. I think he might be the most experienced writer out of all of them. You know, I put a piece up too. It's called "Don't Call Me African American." I think you guys would find it very interesting. There's some history in there that people aren't really aware of. Yeah, but I don't like being called African American at all. I don't take it as an offense. I just feel it's part of some kind of misdirection of the black community in America to line us up to get exploited yet again by the usual suspects like Jesse Jackson and the black elite. Yeah. So anything they tell me to do, I'm like, hold up. If they say go left, I'm kind of going straight, even without knowing why. They've never been any good, meant us any good. So I certainly don't take any advice from them. Mm. What difficulties did I face with the platform? If I gotta be totally honest, this project started probably about 3 months ago, and for it to be done right now I think is pretty impressive. If I must say so myself, and I think that's a testament to the team that I have. And it all just came together. You know, when certain things are meant to happen, you don't really have to do anything but show up. What you need will come to you, and that's kind of like what happened. I'm great with the overviews. I have ideas, I conceptualize, but I'm not really a detail specific person. So Then here comes Melissa. She's extremely detailed. You know, and and um and then Asia is like she's creative in her eye. She knows me so well that she can create artistically the things that I want to do and express, as far as like my ideas, because I have some creative talents, but not that much. Um, we're gonna start doing more videos. I like the articles because they bring a certain level of information and education with them, with the research. I think Seth, he he suggested that we added some links to support the things that I said in my article, and I thought that was cool because for me, I just know a lot of the stuff. It's an accumulation of information from s- over half a century. I've been around a long time, so I know a lot of things, and I got good recall. I retain a lot of information, so I could just sit down and write. But I do realize that some of the views that I have are a bit controversial, and people will want to test it. So I appreciate what Seth, the editor, did as far as he went out and researched it and found the links and put them in the article for me because I didn't do that. I just wrote it. I did like I do on Twitter when I write threads. Yeah. Yeah, we're always looking for more writers. Um, if you're just starting out, I'm thinking Seth will probably have to take a look at it. And if he thinks it's good, we may put it up on the weekend. Yes. And Seth is the editor. We may put it up on the weekend if you're a novice and see if you can build your own following organically. And if you're writing really good things, we might put you in during the week. You never know. But that's just me talking off the top of my head. Of course, I have to meet with my team. I don't make decisions in a vacuum. But I want to give everybody a chance, and I always want good content, you know? Definitely. Michael Francesi. Yeah, I know who he is. He's done a lot of interviews. Why should I do his interview? He's got a million interviews out there. Oh, entrepreneur segments. Yeah. But I would have to get somebody else to do it, not me, because everything I do is so unorthodox. It drives the people that I work with crazy sometimes. I may not be the best one to tell people how to go into business because I just do it, man. Like I said, this was just an idea the minute Trump got suspended from Twitter. I said, you know what? I got to do something, and I just did it. And I'm actually working on two documentaries in the middle of doing this. That's what I mean by I'm just whimsical with it, man. I just do whatever I want to do. Definitely want to have thinkers and people with a different approach. If any of you watched my movie Black, White, and Blue, you would know that I have opposing voices from the left. Michael Eric Dyson is in my film. Charlemagne is in my film. They're all liberals. My guy Coleman Young is a liberal. Matter of fact, he's a progressive in Detroit. I don't see eye to eye with him on politics, but I do see eye to eye with him on wanting to help the black community. See, and that's the other thing we got to get away from. Just because someone's from a different political party doesn't mean they're your enemy. We've come to equate race with political ideology. Racist means you're a white Republican. Coon means you're a black Republican. And if you're white and you're liberal, you're like Joe Biden. You're black like him. Mr. Scoon, will you be having left-wing writers for balance? Of course, sir. We already have some. Visit the site. Anyone interested in being a writer, please send your information to me. info@ScoonTV.com. Any inquiries? Tuesday is our big day. I'm going to need you guys to support me, support everything. You know, a designated server is not free. None of this stuff that I do is free. The writers have to get paid. The staff has to get paid. I'm paying all of them. I didn't borrow any money. I didn't go fund me, crowdfund or anything, you know. But I'm hoping that you guys appreciate what I put forth and feel like it's something worth supporting. I will absolutely allow some people, depending on the content and their following, to do podcasts on the school under the School TV brand. Yes, I'm changing some things. I just sent out an email to the web developer, and I want to have the section called School TV Podcasts, where I have my unscripted um, politicking with Jason Whitlock. I believe Maj Torre is going to do a podcast there. You know, we discussed it. We have to work out the details. But anyone else with some interesting stuff, it doesn't matter. If you have a following, your views could be liberal. You could be libertarian. I couldn't care less. As long as what you do well, and we give the people who visit the site exposure to diverse views. I think that's the most important thing. You know, I'm not trying to start a cult. Like, think like me, follow me. You know, I say things because I believe them. I feel them to be true. I could be wrong in some instances. Um, and that's okay. I'm human. And that's why I'm open to having different viewpoints on there. I do want balance and objectivity. And that's something you won't find anywhere else. As a matter of fact, I'm unaware, I'm not saying that there isn't, but I'm unaware of anyone with a working model like Schoon TV on a designated server, having views on both sides in the middle. That's not corporate owned. That's not co-opted by any political party, think tank, or what have you. I think this is a very, very unique and original thing that we're doing here. And I want all of you guys to be a part of this. How long do I plan to stay on Twitter? I don't know. I kind of like Twitter. It's where I get to drag the bootlickers. I mean, I'm a little sadistic with it at times like that, you know, but I'm using Twitter. Twitter is a useful tool to me. Um, Black, White, and Blue was made off of Twitter. So many of the interviews were secured through Twitter, from Torre to Killer Mike to, man, listen, even Fonte and Zoe, who did the music, the score off of Twitter. Twitter has been great for me. You know, there's a saying, wherever you go, there you are. So I don't know what everyone else experience with Twitter is, but wherever I go, I make the best of all at my disposal. I mean, that I feel like a blessing and a curse are one and the same, the difference being in the application. So they can do what they want on Twitter. I just don't get caught up with with the trolls anymore as far as going back and forth with them because they used to bait me and my personality is to like hit back verbally and physically. But I gotta, I gotta manage that. And I have been because I lost my first account at Curtis Scoon. And it was good that I had the ScoonTV account set up. And by the way, ScoonTV actually started in, I think, 2012. And it was me telling my life story on Twitter. And it was so compelling that I was picking up thousands of followers a day. And I was just talking about my life. And it was called School TV, where words paint pictures. And and the things that I was doing and talking about, no one had ever done before. And since then, I think little Sean out of New York tried to do it, and there's some girls that did it, and they got some kind of TV show. But make no mistake, I was the first to do it like that, and showed everybody how to use Twitter to their advantage. And yeah, so I'll stay on Twitter as long as I can. I mean, obviously now with my own site, I'll be committing a lot of time, more time to it, and using Twitter more or less to promote the site. But Twitter is a useful tool. It is. It has been for me. My long-term goal for ScoonTV.com. Don't laugh at me. But when I started the idea and saw it coming to life, I said, "Man, I could be the next Rupert Murdoch with this thing," and that's just how I think, for real, for real. I don't know where it's gonna go, but I do know with a good team and the drive that I have, sky's the limit. I'm not gonna put a ceiling on it at all. Are there any views I won't allow on the site? Well, I definitely don't want to allow views that encourage harm in anyone. I'm not. No, I don't play that. You know, if you're white and you don't like black people, I mean, I would let that go on the site. I really would. I'm not bothered by that. I'm not emotional. Like because at the end of the day, the the backlash you get, you got to carry it. Not me. So yeah, it's like I believe in free speech as long as you're not threatening people or encouraging other people to harm people or promoting criminal activity, it's okay with me. Yeah, any more conversations with Whitlock? I mean, to my knowledge, we're good to go this Tuesday. Yeah, Whitlock is a friend, right? And Whitlock had he was the third person to tell me to do a podcast. The first person was Asia. The second person was my business partner, Skip. But when Whitlock told me to do it, when the universe keep talking to you, you say, all right, this is the third time somebody tell me to do this. So I said, yeah, I'm gonna do it. And he's been very supportive. Whitlock gets a lot of heat. I think people don't understand Whitlock. And sometimes I think he likes to be the guy that everybody hates. Don't tell him I said that. But he's a good guy though. He's about his business. He's about his paper. But he does like to help people because he didn't have to do anything with me. Honestly, it was his idea for me to do the podcast, and then it was his idea for me to do politicking with Jason Whitlock. Asia came up with the name, but he just wanted to do it. He likes the energy when he and I talk. We used to talk on the phone all the time, and we would have really good conversations. And he said, "Man, people need to hear what we're talking about." And that's because he's media savvy. So he saw something there and he was like, yo, put it on School TV. He tries to help me. He gives me stock tips and everything. Yeah, I like the guy, man. He's a good friend. What else? What else? People who have closed minds would feel that way. They don't like things to make sense. Yeah. Tuning in for this first time. Okay. Do I plan on doing more live streams in the future? Of course. I want to make no promises, but as far as frequency, but why not? This really ain't hard at all. This is easy right here. I think the long format allows Whitlock to expound on his opinions in a way that's more understandable and relatable. Yeah, possibly. It's a win-win. He said I should have Whitlock do all my sports coverage on school TV. I think Whitlock is trying to expand beyond sports. I think he's done it for so long, he's looking to do other things. I didn't like Whitlock at first, but then I came off that woke drink and realized it makes sense. Okay, you came off that woke drink. All right, bro. I hear that. How much writing am I going to do for the site? I don't know. I'm writing a piece right now called "The Problem with Black Lives Matter." Yeah, look. I'm coming every way, every angle to give the bootlickers pain, man. Yeah, I'm trying to give the bootlickers pain every chance I get. They're gonna hear my name and quake in their boots, wet their pants. Yeah. And so that's the answer to how much writing will I be doing in the future? A lot. Asia over here cracking up. She helping me read the questions. Y'all know I'm wearing glasses, right? Okay. And I'm tired. Okay. You have to find a way to attract a young attract a young audience to the podcast. See, I'm gonna tell you something, right? So the podcast deals primarily with business, politics, and social issues. Young people, young people, they may be attracted to the social issues, but the business and the politics, not so much. They should be though. They need to be attracted to it. But I'm gonna work on that. But they're so judgmental right now, you know. Their minds are kind of made up, and it's tough. You can bring a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. You hip to Kevin Samuels, of course, but he talks about women. And somebody asked me about Kevin. I think Kevin is all the rage right now, but I don't know if he fits into this format. But I think he does some good things. I laugh when I watch his stuff. He says stuff that a lot of guys think but don't say. School knowledgeable on boxing except on Loma. Alex, I see you. Yeah. Loma dodged Devin Haney. Just remember that. He gave up his belt rather than fight Devin. Okay? We only have to breathe. Nobody here has more run ins with the police like Mr. Scoon. It's been a long time, okay? Okay. I, I I like the young brother down there in Atlanta, Barrington Martin. I don't know if he qualifies as a progressive. He seems to be disillusioned with the Democratic Party after how they treated him when he got the most votes ever against John Lewis. And then after Congressman Lewis passed, they just skipped right over him to put a woman in that seat. And that's really the trend with the Democratic Party. You know, I'm not a Republican. I'm not really political at all, to be honest with you. But I took notice of certain things, and I see the way the Democratic Party is going, and they are excluding black men and promoting black women and utilizing black women as their way of undermining black men and the black community. And I found that to be a bigger threat than any accusation that they made against Trump. I couldn't tell you one policy Trump passed, but did I want him to win? Yes. Because it wasn't so much I wanted him to win, I wanted the Dems to lose. I don't think they mean black people any good at this point. Probably never did. It's just that the mask is off now. And that's my issue with the Democrats. A lot of people think that I'm pro-Trump because I'm so anti-Dem. No, I'm anti-Dem because I'm pro-black. Let's get that straight. I just don't have a problem with Trump. I don't see how he's hurting black people, how he hurt black people. But I can see clearly how the Democratic Party is undermining the black community when they promote and exalt groups like Black Lives Matter that are against the nuclear family and promote an LGBT agenda as if it was synonymous with a black agenda. And again, I don't have anything against LGBT. Like, I don't think about somebody else's sexuality, and I don't want to. I don't even want them talking to me about it. That's your business. Yeah, I'm not getting in bed with you. And for that to be the foremost discussion when talking about black people is just offensive to me. And the Dems did that, not the Republicans. Am I going to connect the website to the STEM Foundation? If you scroll down to the end of the website, if you was part of the beta test, you will see a banner for the STEM Foundation. I connect everything that I do. They all have to support each other. That's why you'll see the film there being promoted on the website, as well as Coleman Young's consulting company for people who may be interested in doing business in Detroit. And look, I'm about building, man. And I'm about helping people who want to be helped, who understand their obligations to others, that will reciprocate. You don't even have to reciprocate it with me. Pay it forward, but do something. Don't just receive and then run off and go buy a house in Topanga Canyon like Patrice Cullors or something like that, Yeah. Am I concerned about any negative feedback or backlash? Have you been following my Twitter feed? Oh, man. I love the smoke. Bring it on. Let's get ready to rumble. What else we got here, Asia? 99% of the black communities across the planet are socially conservative. Often it's what has allowed us to survive. Correct. Thomas Sowell. I tried to get Thomas Sowell for the film. I don't think you guys realize Thomas Sowell is about 90 years old right now. I think he's just chilling. I'm sure he's sharp, but he's not. He's been fighting this fight for a long time. He's done with it. I think so. Shahrazad Ali, that would be interesting. She's had some very interesting views, and she would definitely be somebody I would like to interview. Yeah, for sure. Curtis, how do kids get involved in your program if they are in Detroit? Well, it's not my program, right? I'm just the executive director. It's Coleman Young's program. But you got to go on the website. C as in Charlie, A as in Alpha, Y as in Yellow, the number 2 foundation.org and follow the prompts from there. We're in 3 Detroit high schools right now: Western, Renaissance, and King. We have 13 other schools and middle schools that want us in there, but it takes money, and funding has been limited for us because I'm gonna just tell it like it is. It doesn't seem like there's an interest in really educating us. People like to throw money for all kinds of other type of how should I put it, ideologies, behavioral changes, and so on and so forth. And it's almost as if, I'm not trying to be conspiratorial, but it's almost as if there's some people who don't want black people to compete on a high level. So we're all pushed in this activism lane. And because it's easy, a lot of us go to that lane willingly to get some of those butter biscuits. But they're not going to be there forever, trust me. And when they run out, you're not going to have any kind of skill set whatsoever to go buy the ingredients yourself and make your own biscuits. And that's when all hell's going to break loose. Another unscripted episode. Well, I have an episode with Barrington that I did a couple weeks ago. I don't know if I want to put it on unscripted or put it behind the paywall, but I have to think about it. Um, the paywall is important because there's going to be, behind the paywall, there's going to be controversial content that you can't get any and everywhere. Um, I've already spoken to some people who were part of the Stop the Steal movement. They've all been deplatformed and so on and so forth. There's a doctor who has some interesting views and takes on the COVID vaccine named Dr. Simone Gold. I would like to interview her and put her behind the paywall. There's some things I just won't put out in the open, and that's the exclusive content. And these people, I'm not saying that I agree with them, but I think their concerns are worth a listen to. And I want to provide it to people who are looking for those views. So a lot of people who left social media after Biden got inaugurated, I lost about 3,000 followers after January 20th because some people just decided that they didn't even want to be on social media anymore. And I'm hoping that those people will at least come to Schoon TV and go behind the paywall to see the content that big tech has decided they don't want the rest of us to see. And having my own server, that really put me in a position to do that. Interviewing Dr. Boyce Watkins. I mean, I don't have a problem with Boyce. I got his phone number. We text from time to time. I think Boyce is good. I would definitely interview him. But he has his own platform, so he's pushing his own stuff very well at that too. But sure, I would have him on there. In-person interviews. Well, we're dealing with COVID, man, and people are scared. And I really don't like to interview people sitting there with a mask on and they got a mask on and all that scary shit. I don't. Look, and they have a right to be scared, but it just doesn't look good on camera to me. I'm serious. I just feel so goofy sitting there with a mask on, talking to somebody with a mask on. Every time I turn on the TV and see one of these news people with a mask on, I turn the damn TV off. It just looks silly. Scoon, have you ever been in Africa? I know you're primarily Black American focused, but a lot of what you talk about resonate with Black communities in the Caribbean and Africa. Of course they do. It's the same issues everywhere. There's a Black elite, African elite, that's doing the same thing that the Boule is doing over here. All over the world. In Haiti, same thing. the bourgeois over there. Yo, it's wash, rinse, repeat. But I deal with the issues that I'm most familiar with, and the opposition that I understand specifically, and I go after them, and I deal with them a certain way. There's an elite class in all the West Indian islands, in Africa, whatever, even in Iraq today, in the Middle East, in the West Bank and Gaza. It's the same formula. There's a very, very elite group of people, and what they do is they mislead the masses. That's just how the world works. And that could be Africa, it could be America. There's always that sellout group. I think W.E.B. Du Bois called them the talented tenth. The 5%ers call them the 10%, the bloodsuckers of the poor. And the 1% are the 10% of the 10%. So they the ones with their game is the strongest. And that's just what it is everywhere, all around the world. Okay, let me see. Who? Anwar Dunbar. Hey, brother, what's up with you, man? I'm waiting on you, man, to write that piece about the vaccine for me. Anwar is a scientist. We connected on Twitter. I've met some great people on Twitter. We've talked about him writing some pieces. I try to keep it within everyone's wheelhouse. Mm. Have you sat in on any other podcasts recently that stand out that we should check out? I got to be honest with you guys. I got tunnel vision. I wear blinders like racehorses, right? I don't even go back and revisit my old work. I haven't read any of the old articles I wrote that were published. I haven't watched any of the old episodes of American Gangster that I produced. I haven't read the book Queen's Reign Supreme that I put together and helped edit. When it's done, it's done. I don't even look back. And very seldom, unless something's really, really like unique in content, I have to feel like I'm learning something I don't know already for it to grab my attention. Someone said nations are ruled through deception. Absolutely, the whole world is based on deception. This is a fact. Okay, we're going for 10 more minutes. Any questions about the site? Let's get it going. I just got my cue. Anwar says he's almost done. Was editing it today. Well, thanks, bro. You gotta get in touch with my operations manager. She informed me we gotta have writing and everyone has to get paid. We can't have a site that's making money and not paying people for their work. Y'all trying to get me in trouble. I know y'all. I'm just kidding. Look, uh, what's on this week's episode of Politicking? Yes, I'm gonna cover Adam Toledo shooting and a couple other things. I got that on Twitter. I like the stuff, and before I get with Whitlock, I go over all the things that I liked during the week leading up to our talk, and we go over it. I tell him what I want to talk about. He'll tell me I like this, I like that. We don't need to do that, and then I'll be like, all right, cool, and that's what we do. We just pick out the topics. Trust me, we really wing it when we do it. There's no strategy. It's just him and I freestyling every Tuesday, live and direct. Well, yeah, we're gonna create highlights for for the content we create, I was thinking about some articles would go behind the paywall, but there would be a preview on the main site, and then other articles would be there on the main site for free in its entirety. It depends. Mr. Scoon, as long as you're talking about truth, good people will follow, brother. God bless. Thank you. Okay, the email for submissions and inquiries, info@ScoonTV.com. All right? Anybody who wants to write, um, have their podcast on there, you just just reach out. Info@ScoonTV.com. I'm trying to to create a place, a community, a unique community with diverse views and opinions. I want to thank all my contributors, my writers, my staff, my team, my editor Seth. Seth really stepped on the gas to get those articles in on Saturday, and I appreciate all of it. Thoughts on Russia and the Ukraine? Well, Joe Biden backed down. I don't think Trump would have backed down. But hey, Joe can't even go up the steps without falling. What do you expect? Would you do any interviews with incarcerated people? I mean, I can't think of any incarcerated people who have anything to say that I feel is that important right now for this audience, for the content that I'm putting forth. If someone has something that would fit, yeah, I would do it. Absolutely. Am I going to ban anyone from my site? If they're offensive, threatening people, and being an all-around jerk, probably. Would I consider having the articles narrated? You know, that's something to think about. Thank you. I'll discuss with the team. Hmm. Do I need any more video editors? Not right now, but probably in the future. I want to put together a team. I want to get an office, a studio, and just build it out. You know, when I said Rupert Murdoch, I was joking, but not really. I want to go all the way. Faye says, if you need a narrator, I'll do the voiceover. Yeah, you got the voice for it. That's for sure. You definitely got that radio voice. Recommended media on the site. I don't know. You know what I want you guys to do? Any ideas, send it to info@ScoonTV.com. If you have ideas that could work that you think would make the site reach a different demographic, expand its base, I mean, yeah, send it. I'm I'm open to it. I don't, look, I never did this before. I'm not a media guy. I'm learning as I go. Doing city by city speaking events. I you I don't consider myself um a public speaker type individual because really when I get to talking and I'm talking my best, it's kind of raw, you know. When you see me pausing, it's because I'm trying to think about how to clean it up before it comes out my mouth, But when I'm really, really talking, there is no hesitation. But man, it might burn your eardrums, Yeah. Born again, can you sing? Huh. I wish. Yeah, What do I think the outcome of the Chauvin trial is? Yeah, I did answer it, but I will answer it again. Um, I don't know. I hope it's not violence. That's all. I don't, I didn't I felt like he was on the man's neck or back, or they say shoulder blades. Whatever he was on, I think he was on it too long. Um, and I think he has to be held accountable for that. But I don't know what the history is, what the procedures are. They're blaming the drugs. There's so many different things, and I haven't been keeping up with the case, to be honest with you. Oh, his family already got 27 million. Wow, that's a lot of money. Hmm. We got how many more minutes? One more minute. Who's going to ask me the last question here? Where can people donate? Look, we're going to have our Stripe and everything. You can subscribe. Yeah. Come Tuesday, we're gonna get it off the ground and get things working. Manny Lamar, take care, school always, bro, always, and likewise. I want to thank all of you for your support, for coming in. The room was crowded, a lot of people in here. It kind of made me feel good, and it also made me feel like I really got to deliver for you guys. The site is for us, I mean, honestly. Like, this isn't something I was thinking about for a long time. It just started happening a couple months ago, and I'm glad that it's being received this way. All right, so on that note, I just want to say thank you all for tuning in with the live, and I look forward to doing this again in the future and seeing you guys on the site. All right? S- Stay tuned for Tuesday. Thank you. Hit that.